Hi, welcome to the Essex Sport Facebook page. My name is Arlene. I've got a lovely 30-minute yoga session for you today. If you want to grab your yoga mat, some water, any equipment that would make you comfortable. We're going to do a lot of kneeling today, so if you do have any knee issues or just like to have that extra cushioning, you can grab like a towel that you can fold up, or just something a little bit firm versus fluffy that you can use on the mat. Okay, great. So if you want to start by getting ready, we'll lay back on the mat and just make yourself comfortable. As you lay back, make little adjustments to feel your body in alignment, so it feels like your hips are level and your shoulders are level. And you can have your knees bent or your legs straight. Just notice what's comfortable for you and where your arms would like to be. And just start to let go and settle into the mat. You can soften your jaw and the muscles of your face. We'll just take a moment to think of our breath like an anchor to this moment. So it's natural for your mind to think about lists of things to do, but just try to put that to one side and focus on the sensations of your breath. So just noticing your inhalation, where the air enters, the parts of your body that begin to move, and noticing your exhalation. And letting go, let your body feel heavy so you can relax into the mat. You can relax the back of your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your legs, your feet. Just take another moment and you can feel the breath perhaps. Make movement in your belly or your rib cage. You can feel the breath as it reaches into your heart space, your collarbones, and there might be a little pause before relaxing your breath from your body, letting your body feel heavy, releasing any tension from your shoulders, the muscles of your face, your neck. Good. Another grounding breath here in this way. Just enjoying the sensations as you inhale. A little movement of your skin, and as you exhale, letting go, relaxing into the mat. Good. And when you're ready, just make little movements. You can just expand into space. You might wiggle your fingers and toes or rotate your wrists, your ankles, or anything that feels nice to gently reconnect. And when you're ready, we'll take a nice full body stretch. So lengthen your legs long, inhale, arms overhead, and just feel that wake up your spine. You're gonna reach your arms overhead, your toes in the opposite directions. Good, and as you exhale, bring both knees to your chest, hold your shins and stay here. Just make any rocking motion that feels comfortable. You can rock side to side, draw circles on the ceiling with your knees, and reverse. You can feel that connection with the ground, how it massages perhaps your lower back, your hips. Good, even your shoulders, your shoulder blades. Good, and when you're ready, we'll keep both knees bent, but just place one foot on the floor. So I'll keep my right foot off the floor, my left comes to the ground. Good. And just stay there, check in if you feel like you're uneven at all in your hips or shoulders. And as you draw your thigh towards your stomach, you can see where it's comfortable. So you can hold your shin or the back of your thigh and just really draw your thigh towards your stomach. And as you make that movement, you might feel a little bit of sensation or release on your bottom or even the outside edge of your hip. Good, lovely. And then we'll open that knee out to the side and rest your ankle on the opposite thigh. And then as you open your arms out to the side, you can start to feel a little rocking motion, or make a rocking motion side to side with your legs. And just do that at your own pace, your own range. Notice what's happening in your upper body, if it feels like you're kind of contracting or lifting, and can you relax your shoulders into the mat. Just know let the head feel natural. So maybe it stays in the center, or it might sway side to side. And observe where that's kind of making space in your lower back, maybe your hips, sides of your body. Good. It's just one more there, and then come back to center. Good. Then bring your thigh towards your stomach again. Hold your shin. Good. You can bring your forehead up towards your knee as an option. If you'd like more, you can straighten the other leg onto the ground, and just see how that feels. Lovely. And then we'll swap. So relax your upper body and just swap in place. That foot on the floor. So I'm bringing my left thigh towards my stomach. And just relaxing, checking in any little adjustments so your body feels in alignment, relaxing your hips, your shoulders, the back of your head into the mat. Good, one more breath here. Then opening that knee out to the side, ankle resting on your thigh, arms out to the side, and just find that again, sway side to side. And just observe, maybe the sensations are a little bit different. Do you feel it in different parts of your body, or it might be the same as when you did the first leg. Good, let your upper body relax. Relax your jaw, your shoulders, Let your head feel natural without tension. So maybe there's this way, maybe it's just resting in the center. Good. So one more breath here. We'll come back to the stillness in the center and just bring your thigh towards your stomach again. Hold your shin over the thigh. Option to lift your forehead up towards your knee, and you can even straighten the other leg onto the ground if you want more sensation there. And you can feel that start to relax the front of your hip perhaps. Good. Lovely. And then release your leg, take another full body stretch. And just notice here any changes. How does that full body stretch feel different from the first one you did? Good. Then as you exhale, we'll bring both knees to the chest, hold your shins, and again, you could either make circles on the ceiling with your knees, any rocking motion that feels comfortable for you. You could even butterfly your knees open, what feels nice in your body today. And then when you're ready, either roll to one side or just gently rock up, and we'll come to all fours on hands and knees. So again, if you want to grab any cushions for underneath your knees, since we'll be doing a bit of kneeling today, you're welcome to grab a towel you can fold up or some yoga blocks. Okay, so we'll start with cat and cow from our kneeling position. So hands about the width of your shoulders, knees about the width of your hips. And you can see that nice alignment of wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Good. As you inhale, soften your belly towards the mat. Feel your tailbone tip up to the ceiling. And you can feel that creates space along the front of your body. And as you exhale, round your spine. You can draw your navel inwards towards your spine. Relax the back of your neck. We'll do 2 more cat and cows at your own pace. So softening your belly, chest opening, and exhale, rounding your spine. Good. You can really relax the back body as it rounds up away from the floor. And when you inhale, you might feel your stomach, your chest relax towards the ground. Good. So one more round of breath here. That's it. Really nice. Lovely. Okay, so come back to all fours with a neutral spine and just bring one foot forward between your hands. So I'm going to set my right foot forward close to my right hand. And just check in. So here you can pop a little support underneath your left knee behind you. Good. And then gently start to bring your chest away from the floor. Good. So just notice how that feels. If you want more sensation on the front of your left hip, you can slide your left knee further behind you. Make it comfortable. Again, any support for underneath your knee. Good. From here, with your body upright, it's fine to be on a diagonal if you have any lower back issues. Start to bring your arms behind you. Good. So option 1, you can bend your elbows and rest your hands on your hips. Option 2, you can interlace your fingers. And option 3, rotate through your shoulders, and you can start to lengthen your knuckles away from you. And just stay there for a moment. You can feel a connection from your tailbone to the top of your head, almost like the top of your head starting to grow upwards towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Stay here if that's comfortable. If you want a bit more, slowly start to hinge forward, bringing your breastbone towards the floor, towards the ground. Good, so a little bit more intensity there, but just see what feels nice for you. Good. Stay there, breath steady. Adjust at any time if you feel tension in your breath or tension in your body. So just make it your own. One more breath here. Lovely. And we'll slowly push through our feet and our knee, lengthen the top of your head up. Good. And then relax your arms. So just check in. You can adjust your back leg if you want to make that stand shorter. So we're going to stay in that same position. So right foot forward, left knee down. Think about the top of your head lengthening up and just relax your arms out to the side, kind of in a low V. As you exhale, rotate from your waist towards your bent knee. So my right foot's forward, I'm turning towards my right side. Good. Option to stay here. You can even rest your hands on your lower back and one on your thigh. Good. See if that's comfortable for you. You can see where you'd like to turn your head. Nice rotation. If you want more, bring your hands to touch, the palms of your hands to touch, kind of in a prayer position. And then you can slowly start to lean forward. So you're almost bringing your left elbow towards your right thigh. Just see how that feels for you. Good. Nice rotation. See where it's comfortable to turn your head. So if you want more from here, just as an option, you can tuck your back leg, your left toes, and lift your knee off the floor. So just see what feels nice for you. Again, you can shorten your stance if you have your knee down and it feels intense. Good. Just 2 more breaths here. Just check in. How does that feel in your body? Good. Lovely. Last breath here. We'll rotate back to center. Good. And either push through all fours on hands and knees or through plank pose. And we'll swap and do the same sequence on the other side. So bring your left foot forward between your hands, closer to your left foot. We'll start with the knee down. Just notice how that feels. Good. Again, you can shorten your stance if that's more comfortable. Pop any support there underneath your knee for cushioning. And then start to lift your chest. And think about kind of your hips are evenly facing forward, so make little adjustments. So so it feels comfortable. You can even adjust with the placement of your heel so it feels nice where your knee is tracking. Good. And then from here, bring your arms behind you. Same options. Where would you like to have your hands? Good. Interlacing perhaps and rotating through your shoulders at maximum. Stay here if that feels nice. If you want more, slowly hinging forward. Bringing your breastbone towards the floor. And you come into that as much as feels comfortable. If you want to come into it deeper, you can even step your left foot a little bit more out to the side, but just have your knee facing forward still if that's comfortable, and bring your chest on the inside part of your left thigh. Good. So one more breath here. Lovely. If it feels wobbly, again, just widen that space between your feet and your knee to the sides. So they're kind of coming away from your body. Good. And push through your feet, slowly hinging back up. Lovely. We'll stay here. Make any adjustments. You're welcome to shorten your stance. Arms open out to the side. Think about lengthening the top of your head up, and then we'll rotate towards that bend, towards the left. Good. Just stay there. If that's comfortable, you can place one hand on your lower back, one hand on your thigh. If you want more, you can bring your hands to prayer in front of your breastbone, slowly bringing right elbow to left knee. Stay there if that's comfortable. If you want more, you can tuck your right toes, lift up onto the ball of your foot, knee coming away from the ground. Just see where it's comfortable to look. Come into that at your own pace, your own range. And it might be different on the side. Just notice that. Not bringing any judgment to it. Good. One more breath here. Lovely. Good. And when you're ready, slowly rotating back. We'll come to all fours on hands and knees. Good. We'll practice child's pose next. So once you're in all fours, just slowly bring your bottom to your heels. And if comfortable, gently bring your upper body down. Giving support there, your cushion, your rolled up towel for your forehead or your fists, or maybe resting on the ground. If you feel any tension in your lower back, you can play with widening the space between your knees and bring your toes towards each other. Check in where your arms are comfortable. You can reach your fingers long, rest your forearms on the ground, or if you like that feeling of having your hands behind you, just play with that. See if you like resting your hands on your lower back or interlacing your fingers or even rotating your shoulders and lengthening your knuckles away. Good. So one more breath here in our child's pose. Good, really nice. And then we'll place our hands on the floor, slowly come up back to all fours on hands and knees, and just set up for downward facing dog. Good. So from here, tuck your toes under, bring your bottoms to your heels. Imagine there's a string drawing your tailbone up and back to that wall behind you. Lift your knees up. You can have your knees bent as much as feels comfortable, so you feel that length in your spine. Adjust your hands so they feel comfortable for your shoulders. But you're welcome to bring movement to this by bending one knee at a time. If it feels intense for this morning, just see if you'd like to practice child's pose instead, which is also a great way to find that length in your spine. Good. So maybe you're bending one knee at a time. You can move your hips side to side. Just check in with what feels nice today. Good. Lovely. So one more round of breath here. And when you're ready, we'll walk hands to feet or feet to hands and just stay in forward fold for a moment. And so you can just let your body feel heavy, like you're a willow tree relaxing to the earth. Check in if the weight feels even throughout your feet. You can make those little adjustments. So notice where the weight's more towards the inner part of your foot or the outer part or towards your toes or heels. And just spread the weight evenly, those little adjustments. Good. And when you're ready, we'll come up to standing. Navel draws inward, unfold your spine. Head up last. Good. Really nice. And once you're upright, you can give everything a little shake. Just check in. We'll practice standing balance next, so just see if you prefer off your mat or near a wall or having a chair nearby or something that's comfortable. Okay, so coming to your mountain pose, just stacking knees above your ankles, hips above your knees, shoulders above your hips, and just feel your head light up top of your spine. Good? Okay, so great. So just slowly shift the weight over to one leg and then bend the other knee. So I'm sending my left leg, my right knee's bent. Then bring your arms up into this cactus pose. So your elbows are bent, palms are forward. Good. So if it's comfortable, you can start to bring your arms up overhead. If you want more, you can lift your foot off the floor, your knee. Good. And then if you want more from there, try to reach your fingers up towards the ceiling. And then bring your knee, your right foot behind you so your knees are next to each other. Good. So just a little balance here. Good. So if you want more, you can start to bring your heel towards your bottom. Good, and you feel this upward lift of your fingertips towards the ceiling. I'll just do a little side view so you can see that. Good, so my knee is towards the bottom. I've brought my foot back. You can bring your toes on at any time, or you can start to lift a little bit. So you feel both your foot and your fingertips lifting up. Good, so one more breath here. Is it lovely? And when you're ready, very slowly relax your knee down, relax your arms. You can give everything a little shake. And as you shake out, let your body feel comfortable. As you come back to your mountain pose, just take a moment. Notice how your right foot might feel differently in relationship to the ground than your left. And the whole right side of your body. Little differences right side to left. Good, just sit up for the other side when you're ready. So start with that weight shift over to the other side. I'm going to stand my right leg this time, left knee bends. Come up to that cactus pose arms. Good, and just come into these options at your own pace. So if it feels a bit intense with your arms overhead, you can stay here. You can lift your toes off the floor. Maybe that's where you'd like to be. And if you'd like to, you can bring your arms overhead. Sometimes it's nice to interlace your thumbs and reach your fingertips up, and then I start to bring that knee behind. And again, just do that at your own pace, so no rush. Good, but feel that like you're trying to touch the ceiling with your fingertips. So even if you're here, it's this upward lift of the top of your head and your fingertips trying to reach upwards. Good. It's almost like your rib cage is lifting upwards, away from your hips. Good. So one more breath here. Lovely. And when you're ready, very slowly relaxing out of your position at your own pace. And once you're out, you can give everything a little shake. We'll stand with our feet a little bit wider than hip distance. And just start to rotate from your waist side to side. You can let your arms swing and even have your head turn if that's comfortable today. Good. So one more round of breath there. That's it, lovely. So we're going to come down to the ground again through a squat position. So if you open your toes out to the side and just bring the palms of your hands to touch. And think about a connection from your navel up to your heart as you inhale. It's like the breath moves. And then as you exhale, relaxing the breath down from heart to navel and your feet soften into the ground. Just another grounding breath there in that manner. So with your next exhalation, so inhaling and then exhaling, bend your knees and just come into a squat at your own pace, at your own range. So no pressure to come into it deeply. Maybe your elbows come inside of your knees. You can adjust the width between your feet if that's more comfortable, or even if you have any towels nearby or yoga blocks, you can place them under your heels if they lift. Good, so one more breath here. Is it lovely? And then when you're ready, we'll come down to all fours on hands and knees. Good. So from here, just start to rock forwards and backwards from hands to knees. So you can feel the weight change. And just notice what happens to your lower back. So when you rock back towards your knees, maybe there's almost a rounding of your lower back. And when you rock forwards, your tailbone kind of lengthens. Good, so just do that once more. Is it lovely? And then we'll start to make that into a circle. So rock forwards towards your hands, over to one side, then behind you, and then the other side. So we'll do 3 circles in this direction. And you might start to feel that almost create space in your rib cage or side as you make that circle. Good. And then reverse. So after your third one, go the other direction. And you can feel that relationship you have with the ground. So relax the back of your neck, your hands, your knees soften into the ground, and that helps to create more length in the rest of your body. Good, lovely. Okay, great. So now we're going to come up to a kneeling position. So just walk your hands close to your knees and just come up. So your knees are underneath your hips. And again, you can grab your folded up towel or even fold your mat up if you want a bit of extra cushioning there. Okay, so think about kind of a hybrid of cat and cow, or what we just did on all fours. So it's almost like you're trying to sit to chair in your lower body, just the start of the chair, and then come back up to that kneeling position. And if you'd like to, you can use your arms as a counterbalance. So you can feel that length in your spine. Sit to chair the first kind of 10 or 15%, then relax. Good, so just make that your own, and you might even bring your arms up overhead, and then relaxing down. Okay, so now we're going to add to this movement. So think about if you were, when you sit back to the chair, there's a barrel and you kind of round your upper body over it. And then when you sit up, you just back to that kind of upright position. Good, so just coming back, almost kind of rounding. And again, you can come into that deeper if that's more comfortable for you, or if it's comfortable. Good. Now we're going to bring the arms overhead, and think about if you're trying to kind of dive into a pool, and then keep your arms up. Good. So similar motion. Again, if arms is overhead, you can just stay here, rounding over a barrel, and then lengthening up. Good, so we'll do one more. Rounding over that barrel or diving into the pool. Nice round arc here, and then lifting up. Okay, so stay with your arms overhead this time. And imagine you're trying to almost touch the ceiling with your fingers. Stay here if that's comfortable, and you can turn your eyes upwards. So we're going to kind of transition here to Camel Pose. So if you want to come into that deeper, you can tuck your toes under. If the arms overhead is intense, you can come back to those cactus arms or rest your hands on your lower back. But feel that upward lift of your spine. Good, so you can notice my bottom's not coming backwards, it's just kind of an upward lift. If you want to come into that deeper, you can rotate your arms and bring your fingertips towards your heels. If you want more from there, you can flatten your feet. And you can keep your head up, or you can relax it back. So just whatever is nice for your neck, your chest. Good. So come into that at your own pace. No rush. I'm just going to demonstrate the other options again. Good. So wherever that feels nice for you, just feel that creates space in your chest and your collarbones, that upward lift of your spine, keeping your hips kind of forward there in your camel pose. Good. So one more breath here if you're comfortable. Make it your own. And when you're ready, if you're back, you can bring your chin forward, slowly rotating up. Good, and we'll come back to all fours on hands and knees. Good, just rock forwards again and backwards twice. And we'll come to child's pose from here. So any tension in your back, you might play with widening your knees a bit before bringing your bottom to your heels, and then relaxing your upper body down. And just find that support that feels nice for you. So once you find where child's pose is comfortable, you can give a little wiggle to your hips side to side, just checking with how that feels. Breathe into your lower back, relax into the mat. Any arm placement that feels nice, again, reaching to the front of the mat, forearms down, or maybe your hands on your lower back. Good. One more breath here. Lovely. And then when you're ready, very slowly start to uncurl, and we'll come to sit on our bottoms with knees bent. Good, so we're going to practice butterflies pose next. So if you place your feet next to each other, and just sitting up nice and tall, you can feel your sitting bones connect to the ground. You can even move the flesh a little bit away there if you want to notice your sitting bones more. And then slowly start to butterfly your knees open and bring the bottoms of your feet to touch. And just see where it's comfortable. So if your hips feel a bit tight today, or you can sit up on that folded up towel, or fold up your mat here to elevate your bottom. Just notice how close you'd like your feet to be. Good. So once you're comfortable, think about lengthening the top of your head up. And then you can slowly, as an option, lean forward, bringing your breastbone forward. So just make that your own. So you can come into that as much as feels comfortable. But just really feeling that your body can move slowly and ease. You can check in with where that point is before tension arises. You just feel a little sensation. Good. So no strong or sharp sensations, just little, just what feels right for you today, what feels nice in this moment. Good, so not forcing or pushing, just easing forward. And maybe start to feel your muscles just let go as you let your body feel heavy. Good, so just come into that at your own pace. Good, so 2 more breaths here if you're comfortable, and come out at any time. And then to come out, you can start to lengthen the top of your head forward and hinge back up. Good, so once you're upright, you bring your knees up to the ceiling again. So your knees stay bent, and then just open your arms out to the side. And then you can start to windshield wiper your knees side to side. So just turn so you can see that from the front. Good, and just make that your own. So if you want to deepen the range, you can bring your feet closer to your bottom and feel your knees come towards the floor, but no pressure. Just where does that feel nice for you? You can feel that little rotation in your lower back as well as your side body. Good. Kind of a little massage for your bottom as well. Okay. Great. So we're going to practice a wide leg forward fold next. So again, option to sit up on your cushions or folded up towels. Just open your legs out into that straddle. And just think about connecting again with your sitting bones. You might move the skin away a bit there so you can feel your sitting bones connect. So option 1, if you lean back and have your hands on the floor either side of your hips, and just kind of lengthen the top of your head. And you might feel that sensation on your inner thighs, and maybe that's where you'd like to be today. Good, so option 2, walk your hands forward, lengthen the top of your head up, and you can either have your hands on your legs or in front of you. And then just start to bring your breastbone forward as much as feels comfortable. So again, move slowly, no pressure to come into that deeply. Where would your hands like to be? And you can feel that connection from the top of your head to your tailbone. There's length, like they're drawn energetically in opposite directions. You can do that if you're leaning back as well. So wherever that's comfortable, come into that at your own pace. If your ankles feel a bit comfortable in this position, you can roll up your mat or towels under there, so whatever feels nice. Good, so we'll just stay for 2 more rounds of breath in this wide leg. Forward fold. Good. And your legs feel heavy. You can feel how that almost tips your tailbone. Your hips kind of tilt back like this. Good. So 1 more breath here. Lovely. And then to come out, if you're leaning forward, lengthen the top of your head and hinge up. And if you're leaning back, again, just come forward. We'll bend our knees and do that same movement with our hands behind us and our knees swaying side to side, kind of a windshield wiper effect. And again, just find the range that feels nice for you in that. Good. Lovely. Okay. So next we're going to come and lay back with knees bent. Good. We're going to do a little hamstring stretch. So if you prefer to use a strap or a belt or something like that, your bathrobe tie, just you can grab that now. So if you stand with or lie down with your feet about the width of your hips, make those adjustments so your shoulders feel comfortable. Good. So bring your right foot away from the floor, hold your right thigh. So just as we did at the start, relax your shoulders, your hips, check in that feels even. Notice if you're trying to kind of lift up your body towards the ceiling, can you relax into that space behind you? Good. So flex your right foot, lengthen your heel away from you, just hold your leg wherever that's comfortable. Here again, you can hold onto that strap if you prefer, around the sole of your foot. Good. So option 1, hold here, flexing your foot away from you. Option 2, you could bring a little movement to that by pointing and you're flexing your foot. Maybe you'd like to add a rotation of your ankle in either direction, which is quite nice if you do a lot of standing or running. And you can even bring the sole of your foot so it's turning inward and then turning away from the center of your body, turning towards the inside and then outside of your body. Good, so just see what feels nice, which option feels nice for you. Good, lovely, and then we'll bend that knee again, draw your thigh towards your stomach, hold your shin. Option to straighten the other leg if that's comfortable for more sensation along the front. You can bring your forehead up towards your knee. Good. Then relax back, flex your foot, lengthen your heel away from you so your leg straightens, and open your arms out to the side. Now imagine your heel's trying to reach away from you, but at the same time try to lower your leg. So your straight leg's lowering, your heel's reaching away, and with control, lowering your leg back to the floor. And whenever you reach the ground, just take a moment, notice how you feel, right side to left, any little shifts, changes, or differences. And we'll set up to do the same movements on the other leg. So begin with your knees bent, left foot lifts away from the floor, draw your thigh towards your stomach, adjustments so you feel in alignment, hips are level, flex your foot, heel lengthens away, support your leg where that feels right, and same options. Do you like to circle on this side, your ankle, point and flex, turn the sole of your foot inward or outward, good, or hold and lengthen your heel away. What feels nice on that side? Good, lovely. And then we'll bend that knee again, thigh towards your stomach, option to straighten your right leg, maybe a little forehead lift here, whatever feels nice. And then as you relax back, flex your foot, lengthen your heel away, arms opening out to the side, reach your heel away, lowering your straight leg back down to the ground at your own pace. Slowly with control, knees still pointing upright. Good. So whenever you find that knee in contact with the ground, take it at this full body stretch, or you can stretch out like in a star pose and then make any stretch that feels nice for you. Or movement, so you can even windshield wiper your knees or have a little happy baby pose now if that feels nice for your body. Good, so after you've stretched out, relaxed, just come to find a comfortable position now. Where would you like to relax for a few breaths? Just to absorb your practice today and make those adjustments, either knees bent, legs straight, where would your arms like to be? And as you come into this relaxation pose, just notice your breath again. Notice the sensations of breathing. You can feel the air entering through your nose, your body expand, the space above you, behind you. And as you exhale, let your arms, your legs feel heavy, softening and relaxing. And just enjoy the flow of your breath. And you can imagine with each inhalation, a sense of peace enter. That peace has a color, perhaps an energy. What color is your breath? Feel it radiate to your fingertips, to your toes, the top of your head. It fills every cell. And as you exhale, instead of releasing, it grows. The energy's flame is stoked, and it fills the space surrounding you. Just another round of breath here, feeling the rise, the expansion of your energy. Perhaps it's color. It fills your room. And as you exhale, it grows and deepens, surrounds you, surrounds the building you're in, seeps out the windows and doors and fills the town. And you're welcome to stay here longer, enjoying your relaxation, enjoying the effects of your practice on your body, on your mind, on your breath. But I'll leave you here now. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.